Let us dive right into this one. Serge Nubret, Terrence Ruffin. This is like comparing a 1970s car with a modern day car. Their bodies, things of that nature, were much more fancy back in the day. They looked monstrous, they looked neat. But of course, nowadays, cars are a lot faster. And I guess you could say Serge's upper body is the body, and the wheels are the modern day speed. So it's going to be a upper body versus lower body, but more importantly, guys, this is just a fun comparison to see what a 1970s bodybuilder, we can go back as far as the 60s if you want, for Serge, but we're going to be using his 1970s, what a 1970s bodybuilder looks like against a modern day classic physique division competitor in Terrence Ruffin. Go to the front double. Almost trailed off there for a second. Sorry, guys. One of these days, though, I will. I'll be gone. My mind, I mean. The V-taper, much better here for Terrence Ruffin. Look at that. Can he be denied? That coupled with his wheels, I mean, it is a bodybuilding victory right from its very core, I would suggest. Now, Serge Nubret, like I said, guys, we're not really doing that. We're not comparing these guys like a bodybuilding competition. The arms, the biceps were huge back in the 70s. That's one thing that it was probably a lot better. And the abs, these guys trained their abs. Serge, I am sure, in particular, some of the deepest cuts in the midsection. But all in all, different structures, longer torso heap for Serge, longer limbed individual, and some great big arms. So he would look a lot bigger in a t-shirt. Like, wouldn't even be close till they hauled off their garments. Go to the next shot here. We only have a couple. And when you take the V-taper out of this one, I guess Serge is kind of tilted, a la Arnold, maybe a la Serge, who knows. He really shows off those deep cuts in the midsection. Look at that. Each ab is a mountain. Huh? And the arms are very dominant in this one as well. A little bit later on in Serge's career, he was no spring chicken by this time. And his legs actually look more improved from the 70s. Maybe this is the later 70s. Who knows? Cern to the tide. Triceps pose here. And Serge, perhaps the biggest pecs in bodybuilding history. Compared to the weight of the guy, I mean, come on, guys, give me that. He has some thick, old pecs. But unfortunately, he didn't really bow his chest out in the side chest. He kind of just showed his pecs. It is impressive, and he has the arms as well. So if you're looking at just the chest and the arms, Serge Nubret is treating Terrence Ruffin like a small child. And Terrence, he's snapping the pose. His execution is good with Terrence. But I mean, come on. You can only go but so far. Here's the next shot. Side tricep. I am surprised, to be honest with you, Dan. I am a horse. I'm surprised that these guys are as comparable as they are. Condition-wise, things of that nature. I mean, Serge, what can you say? Arms, we've seen that right from the get-go. He has a better set, and this side tricep is no exception. Snapping the pose is very similar. Interesting. Indeed. Yeah, see? Let's have a look at the one and only back shot. See? Some screw. See? Like my Edward G. Robinson? That's something you will get without AI. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I just get AI to do my videos, or I see a lot of channels popping up. But if it's the robot style you want, well, I can do that. I am viewing body builders. Huh? That's just as good as anything you're going to get on the internet. Right there. So if you want robot, I can pull that off too. Serge, He is incredible in the back. He has really improved his back from the pumping iron days, which is incredible because he was no spring chicken then. Up until this point here, he put a lot of back thickness on, maybe even beating Terrence in that. Now, if you had a microscope, or if you were there between these two dudes, sure, Terrence, I'd bet dollars to Doug Nuts that his back is harder, grainier, but no more impressive. The condition of the lower half, what can you say without being mean? I'm not going to say soggy donk. I'm not going to say anything of that nature because for his time, Serge was one of the more conditioned guys, I am sure. I am sure. Here's the abs and thigh. Oh, look who's in the background. Hang your head in shame, your grace. Big Arnold, back in the day, who, man, he was pulling a lot of stunts, a lot of strings to keep a guy like Serge Nubret away from winning that Olympia title. And Sergio Oliva, ducking him by times, perhaps some politics in 72. Am I getting you guys riled up? I should be. Arnold. Anyway, abs, what can you say? Quads, what can you say about these guys? I'm sure they'd both beat Schwarzenegger in this shot. Now, this isn't really fair. Who set this one up? Who? Point it out. You? You're fired. New guy set this one up. I apologize. You won't see that type of comparison anymore. Bring him back. Give him a different position. But anyway, yeah, it's a to the side shot, almost like an abs and thigh for Serge. Arm up over the head. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're going arm for arm, I could see is that what he was doing? Arm for arm? Oh, okay. Yeah, Serge has a better arm. You don't need to rub it in. And that's it, guys. Serge Nubret versus Terrence Ruffin. And I'll speak my mind. You cannot compare a guy from the 70s. They didn't get that grainy look from behind, things of that nature, till, oh gosh darn it, the 90s. And even then, they didn't, not all of them had it. Nowadays, I guess you gotta have glutes, hamstrings peeled out of your mind to even compete. So it's ridiculous to think that if Terrence Ruffin existed back in the day, he would be as peeled as he is now. That's foolish to even say so. Even for the likes of Ronnie King Coleman, he would not look like Ronnie King Coleman if he competed in the 70s. He would be of the quality of the top guys then. Maybe he would be the best. Maybe he would. Maybe he wouldn't. Serge Nubret, in a pure bodybuilding contest, of course, nobody back then would beat somebody of today's condition. But here's the thing. Who would you rather look like walking down the beach? I mean, I'd take Terrence, but I mean, if you get to choose between them great big pecs, Serge, yeah, I'm picking Serge. I mean, those legs are big enough to get by. For sure. For sure, and 7 years ago. Huh? That must have made somebody laugh. The 4 score thing? Or 4. Have a great one, guys.